Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be sharing with you this Sylvania Urban street light. I got this Sylvania Urban for my birthday. It came off of Gumtree. It came off of a guy on Gumtree, and it was my birthday present. It was one of many of my birthday presents, as well as the B3000, which you can just see over there. This street light, I'm not sure where it was installed. It was installed somewhere in Victoria, which is all the way on the other side of the country. I'm in Western Australia. And my plan for this street light is to actually put it up there. It was up there actually. It was up there overnight last night. I took it down to do this video. Took it down to clean it up and do this video because I put it up there without cleaning it. And yeah, it'll go back up there after this. So I cleaned it up just with a wet sponge, soapy water wet sponge. And I dried it off with the towel. It came up pretty nice. The inside of it's clean. I also redid the lettering here just with a texter. It was all faded off, pretty much. So this unit is from 2011. What next? Photocell. These streetlights use a D2 type photocell. This is what it looks like. Here's all the information on about it. 240 volt, 3 amp. This is just the one that it came with. Someone wrote either 215 or S15 on it, or 21S, I guess, or S12. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be, but I don't know what any of that means. Here we can see the inside of the photocell socket and the photocell section. This is raised up and blocked away so that it doesn't block the light. Now there is a notch on the photocell right there, and if you look, there is only one way that this will go in. You just need to line up that center pin into the hole like that, and then twist it one way or another, if it'll let you. Why aren't you going? Oh, because it was in backwards. There we go, and it just twists in. To access the bulb, you just pull up on these clips. This is what they look like. You just pull them up like that, and then they come out of the way. This one as well. This one's a bit tighter for some reason, and this one is actually got a plate screwed down onto it, so that when it's up on the pole, this will just swing open, if I can get it to. It's hard to do it when it's upside down. It will just swing open and it would hang there like that while you service it. Here we have the bulb compartment. I'll take the bulb out, and this is the bulb that it came with, and I'm probably not going to get another one for a while, but this one is kind of dim. As you can see, it's an Osram 80 watt, made in China. I'm guessing this means it's from 2008, which would mean it's original to the fixture and it was lying around for a while. You can see inside there the 80 watt mercury vapor arc tube. Has a little bit of hours on it, but it's still got plenty of life left ahead of it. And this is all clean, very nice clean base. I don't know if there's anything engraved on it anywhere. Yeah, no, there isn't. So we'll just put this over here. Here we have the inside of the optic section. Here we have, this is just a standard light bulb socket that you would find in a lamp or a light fixture in Australia. This is what they all look like, and the Urban just has one. I believe the Suburban has a black plastic socket. It's screwed to this aluminium plate. I think it's aluminium, which is riveted to the fixture. See the wires going in there. Here we have, this just shows you what kind of lamp it uses. And yeah, this is just a bit of loose dirt that's just knocking around in here. They do have the Sylvania logo here. This is the notch that's on the front. I believe that's for structural purposes, but I'm not actually too sure. But I do think it looks really nice, and it makes it easier to tell an Urban from a Suburban. They have these reflectors either side of them. These ones are kind of coming out a bit. That's okay. You can just take them out with a screw, and yeah, but they're going to stay in there. We'll take another look at the bulb really quick. It's pretty small. Obviously, it's just an 80 watt mercury vapor bulb. This is the only one that I have. I do have 4 70 watt high pressure sodium bulbs, as well as 2 150 watt metal halide bulbs. This is the only 80 watt mercury vapor bulb that I have. So we'll close the bulb. This is the condition the bulb's in. It's kind of rough. I may get another one possibly if they're not too expensive. I did wash it down with the sponge and the wet water. So what we will do now is we will turn it over. The one thing I really like about Urbans is that they don't weigh much, so I can just do this with one hand. This is what the back of it looks like. This is the part that you don't really get to see, and I didn't do up this clip. This is the part that you don't really get to see very often. As you can see, it says Urban on it, which I always think is cool. And I wish that you could see that somehow. Here we have the back of it. It is aluminium. It did actually clean up a bit. It did get rained on today as well. This is the notch that I was talking about. You can actually usually see this from up on the poles. I've actually got one of these clips that's separate from the fixture. Yeah, they're kind of cool. So to get this cover, I believe, is made from polypropylene, if I do recall. You squeeze these clips, and they just usually, this one is being weird, they usually just fall through, and then to just show you here, to get them to go back, you just push this. Pretty nice and simple. Okay, so you squeeze those, turn this over again, and then this cover just comes off. Like a saw. And it is connected to it with a cable right here, which you can disconnect, but I've only done it once. And you push this in here, you push this in here, and it should come out. I'm trying to show it on camera, which means doing it with one hand. Obviously I'm being quite unsuccessful in doing that. Oh well, it can stay there. But that does come off, I have had it off. And here we have the insides. Right here we can see our ballast for the 80 watt mercury vapor lamp, probably manufactured in 2011. We have our spigot bolts, which you would use to tighten it onto a pole. You just insert the pole into that in there, tighten these bolts down, and yeah. Here we have this, the back of the photocell socket, 3 wires. Here we have the blue and the white go to the bulb. I don't want to unclip this cable tie because I don't really need to. And I'm pretty familiar with how these work. Also, this ballast is loose. It's held in with rivets and it's kind of loose, but that's okay. Here we have our connector. I believe this is for power factor correction. Maybe, if I'm not looking at it upside down. We also have another capacitor in here. It's a pretty small one, which goes to the bulb leads. This is the back of the photocell. Someone wrote AM on it. I'm actually guessing that means that might have been the electrical wholesaler that originally sold this. Who knows? Here's the inside of the propylene cover. So we'll put this back on here now. It just sits on, and then we push these clips. If we get it, let's make sure it's on there properly now. So then these will all clip. It is kind of hard when it's sitting on something like this. We'll turn it back over. So what I'll do now, usually with these, if you remove the photocell, they stay on. Mine has a weird photocell socket. It doesn't actually do that. So I will go ahead and plug it in here. Yes, I know it's not going to come on. Just give me a second. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do now is twist the photocell into its socket, and the light should come on. And I didn't show that on camera properly. Can't really see anything. You can hear it though. I think if you get the right angle, you can see the UV from the arc tube. Yeah, you can see the UV on the inside of the mercury vapor bulb. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I've just kind of stuffed this sock on the photocell so that it doesn't turn the fixture off. And I'm going to set this right here, and we'll come back when it's at full brightness, and I'm going to put a time lapse on this. You couldn't really see much in that time lapse, unfortunately, but the bulb did get a lot brighter, as you can tell. Obviously mercury vapor isn't green in person, cameras just make it out to be green. It's more of a white, it's white with a hint of pink maybe. Then here we have it at just about, I'm pretty sure it's at full brightness, pretty much, kind of just about. I think if we get further enough away from it, it will look white. Not really, it just kind of looks really light green. Obviously we're outside at the moment, but I'll put a quick bit of footage that my girlfriend took when it was the first time I powered it on, and she filmed it for me, and it was in the garage with all the other lights off, so you could really see how much it lit up. So I'll insert that here, you know, and then kind of just, yeah. I was going to say show you how much it lights up, which isn't very much because it's not very powerful.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, can I have the phone? I wanted, there's a way you've got to do it. How hot's this? Not very. Oh, it's kind of warm. Kind of get. Oh, you can see the arc tube in the phone screen. That's cool. Yeah, weird. Mercury vapor comes out green in the screen, even though it's white. Now watch this. Isn't much of a glow down because of its low wattage and the fact that it's mercury vapor. But we've got to put these other lights on now. But yeah, and that's my dog. Good boy. I could pull the sock off the photocell now and it'll turn off in about 30 seconds. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And you'll hear the photocell click as well if Charlie isn't barking. So I'm going to set the phone right here. Also, this does get quite warm, especially when it's upside up like this. I should mention they made these in a lot of different variations. They did the M80, which is what this is. I believe they did an M50, and they did a 70-watt sodium. And I'm just trying to find a good place to set the phone. I think this is going to be our best bet. They did an S70, M80, they did an M125, and they probably did an S35 as well. And I think that's it. I could be wrong. They did metal halide ones as well. They did 70 and 100 metal halide, and probably 150 as well. So yeah. So I'm going to pull the sock off the photocell now. So the photocell is exposed to daylight. You can start timing, if you like, to see how long this photocell, you know, for. But it'll switch off eventually and it will glow down. It won't do a very dramatic big glow down because it's not a high wattage mercury vapor lamp. It's a relatively low wattage. But I do really like the Sylvania Urban. And it just turned off and there isn't really too much of a glow down. But yeah, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to pull that out. Of my 80-watt mercury vapor Sylvania Urban. Thank you for watching, and that'll be it. But just putting it back up on this pole, and I realised that I forgot to show the sticker right here. So as you can see, this is what it says, Sylvania Urban. That's the model number, 80-watt LF LPF PEB TV1 or I. Not sure what any of that means. 240 volt, 50 hertz, 0.80 amps, so nearly an amp. There's the weather ratings. The optical is so like where the bulb is IP64 rated and the gear is IP24 rated. I reckon they should all be the same, but that's just me. There's the date, 27th of September 2011, made in Australia, and yeah.